me introduce to you two our very honored hosts, the people who helped us a lot with our today's program. First of all, let me introduce Pieter Bruegel, who is the chief of Ganymed Theater, which you heard so much about, and which I will say no more because you should know everything, which you've seen videos on YouTube, etc. And this is Jacqueline Kornmüller, who is another head of Ganymed Theater, and who is another head. Okay, I think that precise positions are not that important as the role of somebody in the project. Today we are going to talk about creativity and about arts. And I have a lot of questions written in my phone, which is used to film this. So I will have to improvise. I mean, I remember all these questions, but let me please start with the general question. If you have only a couple of sentences, how would you what would you say about the idea of Ganymed? What is it?
Well, Jacqueline is the director of normal theaters. For 20 years ago, she made like Shakespeare and Harvard and Ibsen and so on. And then 10 years ago, I brought a book from Mark Strand. He's an American poet, and he was a friend of Edward Hopper. You know the pictures of Hopper, of course. Everybody has something in his mind when he thinks about Edward Hopper. And Edward Hopper told his friend, Mark Strand, people don't understand my drawing. They don't understand it.
I have fruit. That was you.
There's tea now coming to your companions.
I had
and Mark Strand thought about the problem, understanding the paintings of Edward Hopper, and wrote short essays about it. And these essays I found and brought it to Jacqueline, and we made a little fun for a friend of us who went to New York, and we made on an iPod, we record these texts about the paintings.
Just have a couple of sentences.
Yeah. And she went there and she came back and she said, that was so marvelous to hear the stories of Mark Strand and to look at the painting, because she stayed there a few more minutes than you usually stay before a painting. I mean, most of the people say, aha, this painting, okay, I saw it, and so on, yeah? So it dures a little longer that she stands there, and she got information which she combines with her seed.
And let me say this, the information, which is very interesting, was that Hopper painted his childhood, the house. It was the house of his parents. And this Mark Strand was a little bit like a translator. He translated the paintings also. They say, they tell about childhood and about the years between the 30s and the 50s in America, and suddenly people could read it better. And so this was the beginning of the idea.
We believe that these paintings are so worthy to be told every time new, because the people who painted these paintings, for example in the Kunsthistorisches Museum, for example, Bruegel, they knew so much about life and about the world. And
green? I hope so.
It should not
My colleague
be
told me he did it correctly. So
buried
if something is
in a way
getting
that
black
they are.
instead of green, peppermint.
This is peppermint.
Now comes the tea again.
And interrupts totally.
Sorry. For example, if we speak about Bruegel, it's interesting because our next project will be about love. Love, yeah. This is the next project. And for example, we discovered this. You know, maybe you saw this picture, Bauernhochzeit. Bauernhochzeit,
The marriage
the
of
marriage of farmers.
a farmer.
Yeah. And there is a bride, and the bride is total in isolation. And I found a very good Persian singer, and she discovers that the situation of the isolation of the bride on the Bauernhochzeit from Bruegel is very similar to her personal situation. And so she sings about this isolation in her heart. And we try to combine these things.
And the people come and they look at this music group, and then they go to the picture and they have new impression of it.
A new experience.
An experience which is in the moment. It happened in the moment and not far, far away where Bruegel lived. Because that's not important for the understanding of life and the understanding of art, that something is in the past or something is in the present, because everything is in the present.
For example, do you know Viktor's text?
Yes.
Yeah. And it was also very nice because
I have this.
Now comes the cake.
This.
Guys, you're really
Sorry.
Dionysian type of.
The cake is very famous in Vienna, Sachertorte, the chocolate
so
cake.
maybe we should show this
Yeah,
here.
it's
This
very
is
fine.
Sachertorte.
No, it's mine.
Sacher. Second. No Sacher.
Yes.
Shake it, bring it.
Okay.
For example, Viktor, your teacher,
Professor.
we asked him to write a text about a painting. He chose the painting. You know this man in the window. You have it in your mind. And he wrote about luck. About luck.
Also about love.
About love and about luck. But I mean, the point is, Jacqueline told me, I was playing this text from Viktor, and she told me to take a paper and to write something in it, like I was writing, where you can find luck. And then I took it and throw it away. And the people who were watching really thought that in this paper stands where you can find luck. And every time I did the performance, the people snapped it. And they made
After the performance.
And of course.
Sometimes it was very funny because they don't want to see us that he or she
They
took
were
the
stealing.
paper and they were stealing.
Yeah. And look, and it was of course nothing on it, on the paper. But in their mind, there was the place where you can find luck. Yeah? And they make like this and they say, oh, yeah. And then they look at the picture and there is this sad young man. Sad old man looking out of the window. And then they have their own try to find luck in their heart. And they look at the picture and they have another combination. And this is what we make.
And a cup of sandwich.
You know, I have a very specific question. Your performances, they're very defined with beauty. When you see the traditional European performance on migrants, for example, it's all about the fear, pain, suffering. But when we saw the videos of your performance, it was also a touch of beauty, or a touch of some beauty. And is it your secret? Because, you know, there are so many suffering around. How do you find the beauty inside it? It's a big surprise for me.
I mean, it's like this, that, for example, last year, it was an interesting story. Because I have a friend, and she has a friend, and the friend of her knows a girl, and this girl filmed her own escape. This girl, her name is Rania Mustafa Ali, and her video is now, you can find it in The Guardian. And it was so touching for me that she really took a camera. She made a camera workshop in Kobane, in Syria, and Kobane is totally destroyed. you can't live there. It's impossible. And she's in your age. She's 18, and she took the camera, and all the time, and she filmed herself. And I was really impressed, and I thought I have to invite her to this project. And she brought also her film, and she had a very small blanket, and she held this blanket in front of her, and we installed a beamer here, and sometimes she showed the audience the video, and sometimes not. And it was her free will. And we compared this performance with the flight, the escape from Egypt. It's a very, you can see this picture over there. It's also, the people on this picture are very exhausted. But Gentileschi also painted a beautiful situation. So I think the people has dignity. And I don't want to, it also has a beautiful side. For example, Marania told me that she was sitting in her tent, and the best moment was when she found a free Wi-Fi, because then she looked carpool karaoke, and this in Macedonia in the rain. And the carpool karaoke, it's really a joke. It's an American television show.
A comedian sits in a car with another star, and they're driving and singing. And she saw this in the tent, where there was water till here. She was waiting to get over the border, and now she had a Wi-Fi and could sing with them carpool karaoke.
And this is also a beautiful situation. You could laugh about it. And for Rania, it was the best what could happen, that she was sitting there and looking at carpool karaoke.
Okay, guys, let me continue our talk for the others. How do you choose the topic? Not here, not very. How do you choose the topic? Thank you. Think about topics.
When we first invented the project, it was free. Everybody could choose a picture and write about it. And we had a big success with it. And then we experimented with the idea. So we said, maybe we should give it a theme. And we thought it would be good to talk about dreams. Because dreams are very, very wide. Everything can happen in dreams. And
it's also a very big issue in the gallery. A lot of people are dreaming on the pictures. And this was important.
And it worked very good. But then we thought, when we make it again, what theme is interesting for us? And it was feminism. We thought the most important thing in Austria is that it is very chauvinistic. In Austria.
In the world.
I don't know how it is in Minsk. Is it chauvinistic?
I'm sure it's the same problem, yeah.
It's the same?
Yes.
The woman has not the same rights as
I mean,
the man.
it's a worldwide problem. Yes. Now, for example, we invited a totally different women. We have, maybe you know her from Poland, Joanna Bartwa. She's a very, very, very important writer. Or Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie from Nigeria. She is, you have to see it. You really have to see it. It's a video. It's a lecture on, you can see it on Facebook or on
TED Talk. You know TED Talk?
Yeah. And the text is, we should all be feminists.
We should all be feminists. So not only the women, but the men also.
In every country, everywhere. This is a very important text. And for example, we compared this text with a girl from Tizian's Pelzchen. It's a woman, pure. She's beautiful, she's young, but she's a sexual object. And you can find a lot of these objects in the gallery. In every corner you will find, and then for example we asked Sadie Smith. She's also a very important American writer. And she took an old woman, and this was so beautiful because she said, this old woman is my personal destination. I will be old one day. And then what is the advantage? The advantage is that the old woman is not every time available. She's not available. But everybody in the gallery is every time available. And this was great. It was also a very wonderful thing for the gallery and for the whole museum to discover that you can look with a feministic view on the gallery. This was important for us.
So it's a bit of act of seeing. When you go through the gallery and you think of one thing, you see so many things you wouldn't have seen without the theme. It's just you think, aha, if you look like it in a feministic way, what is the painting talking to you? And
because for example, for us as women, it's very interesting to walk through the gallery and to see that the women are always ready for sex, ready for
Take me. And there are 680 paintings in the gallery, and there are 676 painters.
They are painted by men.
They are painted by men.
And just 8 paintings in the whole gallery painted by women. And from these 8 paintings, 5 hang in the stock, and just 3 paintings are from women in this big gallery. This is a scandal.
I mean, it's obvious that this can't work in the society if it's like this. So this is what we want to tell the people overall.
And there were, for example, in the beginning when we started this project, there were a lot of people that said, okay, I like Ganymed, but if it's feministic this time, I will not come. And it was the opposite. People came, a lot of people came and saw it, and it was great. And then we discovered the theme of nature, and it was also wonderful because nature is one of the most important things that we should talk about. And this was the last project, but sometimes people are also astonished that we don't translate the issue directly. We have. It's also, for example, if we talk about nature, we also talk about death and so on. To bring another tool, because then you can also hear a painting through this music. And this is beautiful. We have also here in Rubens' room, there's a very interesting painting about Maria. Was heißt Maria Himmelfahrt?
When she went to heaven.
How do you call this in English?
I don't know.
Do you know Resurrection Day?
Resurrection.
Yeah, genau, the Resurrection Day. And last time I had the idea it would be great if one of the spectators could fly, just like Maria. And then we asked a very famous composer in Vienna, and she wrote a choir. You know, when a lot of people sing together.
Yeah.
And they sang this composition from her. It was just singing, but they took every time a different person and let him fly while they were singing. And it was wonderful.
And the text was from another writer, and he said, one sentence, I know I will die. I know it, but I can't believe it. So, it was one of the spectators who could fly, and the people were, every time they were weeping because they think of their own death. So, it really
was also
makes
7 minutes for a person who is totally surprised that she has to fly or he has to fly now. It was really shocking for them.
And when you have this experience, you look in a different way
to the painting,
to the Rubens. It's not, wow, it's big, it's a big picture, I can't understand it. But you look at it and you say, Yes, it's about death. So easy. It's so easy when you have the key, yeah, to art. Art is very easy, isn't it?
Yeah, sometimes.
Can you please tell a little bit about your experience of working with Bruegel? What did you do? Did you do something on Bruegel and what art and what was it? Because this is very important for them, focus on Bruegel.
Yes, we did different things. For example, when I saw your sketch, your painting, what you painted, which is so beautiful, we had at the first Ganymed, what we did, we invited an English writer. And his name, I can send you the text also. It's a very nice text. Pieter played it wonderful. It was a text about a translator. And this translator speaks 40 languages. 40. Mm-hmm. And he could translate in every language. And he's living in the Tower of Bruegel. And he says, there is no difference between day and night. There is no... We live here in a dust. The atmosphere is
Depressing.
And it was a person who was living in this tower. It was not a very nice atmosphere. It was a depressing atmosphere, but it was totally the painting. It was totally the painting. Because, for example, if you see the Tower of Bruegel and you go to the last floor, there are people, but they are looking into a big hole. And it's like they have to climb, but when they are upstairs near the clouds, they just tend to fall inside the hole. And it's really...
it's a good example for beautiness, because the tower is beauty. It's very wonderful and you are very attracted to it, but it's a bad story. Yeah, it really, our society is so bad, and they don't are able to do anything good and anything right. Yeah, so it's beauty and false.
But last year, for example, I just about Bruegel again. I had a wonderful duo. One of them plays piano, and the other one trumpet. But this is not a trumpet player, it's the best trumpet player we have in Austria. He's really the best of the best.
You know Miles Davis? Miles Davis? No?
He's a really famous guy, but
He's Miles
it's another generation. But he is really wonderful. And we had a good idea, because we said, okay, if we would have a train, and the train drives through the Bruegel room, how would it look like? And so we made, you saw maybe these two big black benches in the middle of the room. And we put, we said that you could lie there. We made big beds, and people could lie into these two places, two stages. And the trumpet player was between them. And he played something like
Birds.
Birds. He Zugfahrt.
Like a train.
A train is driving through a landscape, and the people could lie and see the landscape of Bruegel. And I have to send you the video. It worked perfectly.
Because I mean the pictures are quiet. Yeah, that's good that they don't talk. But when you give acoustic inspiration, you look at them in a different way.
And also
it's very simple.
Yeah. Also, for example, the seasons. You have there the winter, the spring not, but the day before spring. This is
spring.
Yeah.
Pre-spring. But then you have the summer and the autumn, and the paintings are very interesting because they are connected. If you see it really, for example, you can see the winter falling in the pre-spring. It's also on the paintings. And with the music, you could combine better. It was really nice.
And there's one one piece missing. It's the spring. It's a picture.
lost. It's a lost
You
picture.
can't see it. Bruegel painted it, the spring, but you can't see it. And we asked the writer to make a text about the spring. How does it look like? So we had a text which is about a picture which is not existing, which is also an act of seeing. And we have a blind artist, a blind actor, and he talked
Explains
about
the painting.
this painting. And it was so marvelous, it was so touching that you think about, you see all these wonderful Bruegels and you think about this lost picture. Yeah?
But then you can see that the Bruegel is also an inner world. It's not just it's not just the surface. It's not just the painting. It's also sometimes if you look deeper and deeper into these paintings, then you see suddenly an inner beauty. And it's like this. And
Спросить, как они настраиваются на свои перформансы, то есть, что они делают? Они же не просто смотрят на эту картину, да? Да, они же должны как-то...
can you say it in English?
Подожди, смотри, как они готовятся? Нет, они настраиваются, да.
I can translate it. So the question is, how do you tune yourself to the performance? How do you tune? Like,
What does it mean?
Like mentally prepare yourself.
what's your inspiration?
Good question. Wow.
Tuning up. No, I mean, you work very long on one piece. Yeah, it takes a long time to work on it, and then you forget everything you worked on it, and look at the people who are there. And they are always different people. And somebody's sleeping, and he's not interested in what you say, or he's really like, I want to know, or he's talking to somebody else, his friend or her friend. So you get in a situation which is always different, and you have always to react, and this gives you your tune. The tune is the spectators.
But I think she means in before the performance.
Before.
I mean how you compose the whole performance. This is what I thought you asked. I think the most important thing is that we have time. We have 1 year. So we need this time because we want to invite a lot of artists, and sometimes it's also by Zufall, by occasion.
Occasionally.
For example, in summer, I was sitting in the car and driving to the countryside, and suddenly I heard a very interesting voice in the radio, and this was a 90-year-old woman. Her name is Ruth Weiss. She's the mother of the Beat generation. But she was a child when she was 8. She was living in Vienna. This was 1938. And it was interesting. She spoke about that the whole family has to flee from Vienna to America because of the Nazis. And I thought, I have to invite her to this project because I was so impressed by her voice. And then I asked her, and she will do it. She lives in North California, and she's really a very interesting person. And sometimes it happens like this. Or for example, we made this project in Brussels, and there we met an interesting writer, Jean-Philippe Toussaint. I don't know if you know him. He's also, and so we need time to meet people who could be interesting for our project, and then we invite them, and then they send us the text, and then we think who could play this, and so on and so on. And this all needs very much time.
So you don't